Please note, the guards have been removed from some of the machinery for the filming of this video. This is for video purposes only. Work with all guards in place. Remember to work safe. Thanks for watching. Hi. So the next step will be to drill the shells. And let's take a look at this jig that I made. And it works out really nice for drilling. And it's got a nice heavy bottom on it, so when I put it in position, it doesn't move very easily. So I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to clamp it down and drill the holes for the lugs first. A couple of C-clamps on it, hold it in place. And this jig really makes the drilling easy. Get that clamp in place. Let's see how that's lining up now. That looks good. Try it from the opposite side. And that pretty much looks dead on to me. So I'm ready to drill. So what I'm going to do is drill both holes for one lug. And then I'm going to try the lug just to be sure that it's fitting properly. The lug should slide easily into place, and there should be a bit of movement. You don't want the lug to be tight. And just double check that, and that's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. See how it has some movement to it? Okay, that looks good. So now I'm sure that the lug's going to fit properly. I'll just continue and drill the rest of the holes for the lugs. And I can be confident that everything's going to line up properly. Make sure you're holding the shell down in place. Drill press is the best way to drill your holes out. You can also drill them with a hand drill if you don't have a drill press. I'll work my way around the shell. I'll flip the shell around and drill the other holes. It goes pretty quick. Just be careful when you're going through there though, you don't want to be pushing too hard. And let the drill do the work. Put it in position. drill the other holes. Just going to try a lug in there, just to double check. Yeah, that's perfect. Doesn't hurt to double check. Now I've got the jig loose, floating on the drill press table. I can put it in position, drill out from a strainer. And I'm going to check that measurement, because I don't want to drill a hole in the wrong spot. Just double check that. Looks good. You can see how that, when the jig slides into place, then it doesn't move. There's a heavy base on it. And it works out pretty nice. And I'm going to drill for the butt end. Slightly smaller drill bit. Just use a piece of scrap wood. Drill out the holes to find out what size your holes are going to need to be for your lugs, your strainer, your butt end. I'm going to drill for the air vent now. I have a 1/2 inch drill bit here. For a 1/2 inch air vent. You have to be sure you're holding them tightly in place for the larger drill bits. Without applying too much pressure with the drill. And we go on to another shell. Drill out for the lugs first. Get a pretty good look at the jig there. Put the corner block on it to keep it square. Go gently through. That way you won't get any split out when it comes out the other side. Now I'm going to check that with the lug. And it looks good. And I'll work my way around, the same as before. Do all the holes for one side. flip the shell around and drill the other side. Once you've got everything set up, it goes fairly quickly. Looks like pretty good. Lines up nicely. Nice and easy. You can see the line in the shell, you know that you're drilling in the right spot. Line on the tape. A Virginia maple shell. 6.5 inch. So basically what I'm going to do is drill all my shells. Once I have everything drilled out, I'll be ready to do hardware. Just drilling slowly through. I'm just going to check that one. Looks pretty good. You should check each one with a lug. Each set of holes with a lug, just to be sure that it's going to fit properly. And that looks good. Now I can just move the jig into position. Drill the holes for the strainer. It's a pretty solid jig and it doesn't move around. Now I'll set it up to the butt end. And drill the holes for the butt end. So I changed drill bits because these holes are smaller than the lug holes. And I'll fit all the pieces, including the bottom strainer, before I'm done the drilling. Just to be sure everything fits. Now I have a 17/32 bit, because I find the 1/2 inch bit It's just a bit small for the air holes. The air vent went in a bit too tight. So at 17/32, it works out pretty good for the air vent. And remember to be careful going through. You don't want to split out the back. So I'll drill all the shells out for the air vent. And I keep a pretty good grip on the shell with my thumb, just to be sure that it doesn't move around. Get that lined up a little better. And we'll move the jig into position to drill for the strainer. I only clamp it in position for the lug, because I'm drilling multiple holes in the same position. I want to make sure that you get it all. Lines up pretty quick. So a 4-inch shell, piccolo, quarter cut maple shell, just checking the spacing for the lug. The reason I'm wearing gloves is so I don't get any fingerprints on the shells at this point, because I'm handling them a lot. And that lug fits perfect. You notice there's masking tape on the jig. And what I do is I cut a thin strip of wood, and each setup I do, I tape a new piece of wood on there so that there is a backing where the drill bit comes out. It also helps to keep it from splitting out in the back on the inside of the shell. So I just use masking tape to hold the stick in place. And it's pretty much the same thing. Drill all the holes. One side, flip it around, do the other side. And double check that with the log. Now that one's out a little. What I'm going to do is apply a little pressure to the jig and I can move it. And that makes the lug line up perfectly. So I'm just going to push a little bit on that, each hole I drill, because that one is off a little bit. So it does have some movement if you need it. And the jig helps to move things along quickly. The winged maple shell. Checking my spacing. Don't take any chances. Using a shell at this point, you're losing a lot. Always check the lug that's going to be mounted on the shell. And I'll check that lug and find that it's off a little bit. So I'm going to move the jig just a little. Get those holes line up. And re-drill those holes. And then I'll check my spacing again. And I think that should do it. Yeah, that's better. Looks good. Keep some pressure on the shell. Working way around, drilling the holes. And just check that one again. You want to be sure you're drilling in the right spot. And that was a little tight. I'm just going to push slightly in on the jig and redo those holes. Just a very slight adjustment. I'm going to try the lug on there one more time. And I'll see that it fits in pretty good. So I'll just push slightly in on the jig as I drill each hole. And it's pretty much the same as the other shells. Just keep drilling. Once I get the drilling done, I'll peel all the masking tape off. And then I'll be ready for doing hardware. you're doing this with a hand drill, you might want to use a brad point drill bit. With the drill press, I can just get by with a regular drill bit. Changing bits, drill holes, go to lugs again. It's a nice 6.5 quarter cut maple shell. And it's going to make a really nice drum. And I have a lug there for this shell. And it fits perfect. Looking good. The jig works out really nice for this. Just keep working my way around until I get all the holes drilled on all the shells. I'm going to double check that one too. Those lugs are going to fit perfect. I'm keeping pressure on the shell with my thumb. Paying attention to where I'm drilling those holes. Don't want any mistakes at this point. Going up the air vent. I have a good hold on the shell with this one. Didn't go right through there. Just got to go through the inside. That looks good. Drill for the air vent on the 4-inch. And there it popped up. So that's how easily an accident can happen. Unfortunately, it didn't hurt anything. I'll be making extra sure I have a good grip on those shells after that. That's pretty much it after I get the air vents drilled out. I'll be ready to remove all of the masking tape and dust the shells off really good. before I take them back in the house to do the hardware. So in the next video, I'll be putting hardware on the drums. Which is a pretty easy job. Nice finger shell there. Put that in position. And that's pretty much it for this video. We'll be doing